Sussex's Chris Jordan starred on the opening day of the LV County Championship summer at Headingley as he produced his best championship figures on his Sussex debut against struggling Yorkshire. Ed Joyce won the toss and inserted, and that decision was justified in the game's 7th over as Adam Lyth played on this ball from the impressive James Anyon. It was tough going all right for the home side, who had only 9 runs on the board in the 12th over when Phil Jakes was bang in front to Steve McGoffin with 2 runs to his name. Jordan, a close season signing from Surrey, wasted no time in making an impression for his new county. With only his second delivery, he had Andrew Gale strangled down the leg side to leave newly promoted Yorkshire in real trouble on 13 for 3. It took the home side some 70 minutes to score their first boundary. Opening bat, Alex Lees, fresh from 100 against Leeds Bradford University, was the man to get it. Soon after that, however, Lees was the 4th man out, edging Jordan to Ben Brown to go for 6 at 18 for 4 in the 20th over. Thankfully, as far as Yorkshire were concerned, the scoring rate did pick up, thanks to Johnny Bairstow, a man with a lot to prove during the embryonic stages of this summer. While his county teammate Joe Root may have the England number 6 spot for now, Bairstow is certainly not out of the reckoning in this big summer of cricket. Sussex were looking very keen in the field, with Joyce looking for an ideal start in his first full year as their captain. Sometimes perhaps they were just a little too keen, with this leading to a boundary of overthrows as Yorkshire went to lunch still 4 down. And they looked to continue their improvement in the afternoon session, with Bairstow and Gary Ballance, another from the county who's been impressing the national selectors of late, playing some attractive strokes as they took their partnership to 40 and the total to 58. Bairstow's contribution to that was 29, and that turned out to be the best score of the innings, even though it was ended by Anyon, who found the thinnest of edges. In spite of that loss, it still didn't look as if Yorkshire would be blown away by this very impressive Sussex pace attack. Monty Panesar was included, but was only required to bowl a dozen deliveries. Azim Rafiq was soon finding the rope as he and Ballance moved the total along to 70 with 5 men out. But Jordan then produced a dream spell to put his new side well on top. He first had Ballance taken behind for 13. Then Liam Plunkett's first innings for Yorkshire after his move from Durham was ended with a simple return catch for the former Surrey man. And it was 5 on debut for Jordan soon afterwards as he clipped the top of Ryan Sidebottom's off stump, before he made it 6 when another Yorkshire debutant, Jack Brooks, was comprehensively beaten by Jordan to leave the home side in danger of being bowled out in double figures. And that's exactly what happened as McGoffin finished things off in the next over, Jordan this time clinging on with the catch to see Azim Rafiq out for 23 and Yorkshire humble for just 96. Jordan ending with the very impressive figures of 6 for 48, his first fifer in the championship. So Yorkshire's bowlers needed to come out fighting, and that's exactly what Sidebottom did by trapping Luke Wells in front for a couple. But Chris Nash was determined to make sure that his side stayed right on top, and he now took the attack back to the bowlers with some blistering stroke play, especially off new boy Brooks. With a slightly altered technique, Nash was superb, latching onto anything overpitched or too short. He dealt mostly in boundaries as if the season had begun weeks ago under blazing hot skies. If many thought that the cold early spring conditions were going to make batting very difficult, then nobody told Nash that. He was soon racing towards a 50, which came off just 59 deliveries. Perhaps the most noticeable aspect of Nash's game was his exemplary timing of a cricket ball. In spite of his movement at the crease, his head stays ideally placed for his shots, which were continuing to come thick and fast as Sussex were soon closing in on their host total. Sussex have rejigged their top order with their former skipper Michael Yardy coming in at 3, and he was happy to play second fiddle to Nash in a partnership of 76, which was made in only 16 overs. Yardy's contribution to that was just 14. He then nicked Sidebottom behind at 87 for 2, the deficit already just 9 runs. And that deficit was soon turned into an advantage by Nash and his new partner Joyce, a man he spent the last few seasons opening the batting with. They ensured that 3 figures were on the board, with Nash scoring just under 80% of the runs. He was well set for a ton, but within minutes of bad light ending the first day early, he edged a good one from side bottom to Bairstow. His 80 runs had come off just 87 balls and included 13 beautiful boundaries. Joyce and Rory Hamilton-Brown on his return to the county saw out the final 8 deliveries to ensure an exceptional start to the campaign for Sussex. They'll resume on day 2 on 104 for 3 with a lead of 8. Yorkshire need an instant fight back.